I had just got done praising Bungie for a multitude of changes that they're bringing to Destiny 2 in September that mirrors the release of their newest expansion, Shadowkeep. I praised the free-to-play aspects, DLC purchase changes, armor and stat redesigns, and a lot more. The only two negative aspects I've been pondering over is how the expansion pricing model seems to have a huge negative effect on loyal fans, but more on that in another video, and the game's release date. Bungie has stupidly decided to release Shadowkeep on September 17th, which is a mere 4 days after the release of Borderlands 3. Now this might not seem like an issue to some people, but for this to be Bungie's first real offering back in the gaming sphere as an independent developer and publisher, I would think that something like this would have crossed their minds during any meetings held. In this video, I want to discuss the two most important resources that these games are going to be fighting over. Like I said before, these mirrored release dates won't affect many hardcore gamers who buy a lot of games, but it's no insider secret that for games that are heavily reliant on that release price tag being a large portion of a studio or game's profits, convincing the large casual gamer base to buy their game is monumental for financial success. If a casual gamer buys, let's say 2 to 4 games in a year, and 2 games come out within 4 days, are they going to buy an expansion to a game that is still unfortunately surrounded by negative connotations, or the sequel to one of the most beloved games of all time? I mean, it's no secret that through word of mouth, reviews, and general perception, Borderlands 2 is considered the absolute perfection of the trending looter shooter genre. I mean, come on Bungie, did you play Borderlands 2? That game was an absolute masterpiece that I and many others have put hundreds of hours into and still play today. I play that game again just to get to the Bloodshot Ramparts section where you first fight Handsome Jack's robot army. That arena alone, with the music, is one of my favorite moments in gaming. With a game as beloved as that, finally releasing a sequel 7 years later, and promising to keep the same formula that worked great and make it 3 times better and 3 times bigger, this release feels more like a generation experience, similar to the kind of hype and craze that surrounds Rockstar releases. The only negative bit of press surrounding Borderlands 3 is on the PC side, with the ever-growing Epic Games vs Steam battle. On console though, where most casual gamers reside, there is no negative connotations, so this game is sure to be most people's first choice when it comes to money. The second resource both of these games are disputing over is time. Even for people who will undoubtedly buy both games, time doesn't change no matter how much you play. Between Destiny 2's next expansion and Borderlands 3, I too will probably put more of my free time into Borderlands, as those games are always so massive and filled to the brim with content and a bazillion guns to chase after. It's also a 4-player game that my buddies and I can get engrossed in, as opposed to Destiny 2's 3-player PvE experience. And most people are probably going to want to grind out Borderlands 3, as many of us know getting left behind in rank in co-op RPG games is never fun. At least in Borderlands though, it is rather easy to power level friends, and new players who are hopping into the game late. And that game also allows weapon trading, meaning that high level players can just give their excess OP guns to low level players, making Borderlands 3 the obvious winner as well when it comes to the time of casual gamers. However, Destiny 2 may not be completely lost in this battle for time, as most of Bungie's game requires no money at all, and you can't underestimate the appeal of a free game in 2019, especially one that everyone is hyping up, including yours truly, as being in a really great place right now. Destiny is a very addicting game, and given the choice between free Destiny 2 Year 1 content and $60 worth of Borderlands 3, I think there are going to be a good amount of casuals who choose the former, and get hooked on the series as a result. Along with Destiny 2 having a PvP aspect that is just as loved as PvE by multiplayer fanatics like myself, we all know how important it is to play a game during that initial launch frame, when there's a huge influx in the player base, as it allows noobs to actually enjoy the experience instead of getting slaughtered by pros, and it allows them to learn the game's flow naturally. This is a major reason why I'll also be putting time into Destiny 2. As for me, multiplayer games are usually the most fun to play, when they are first released and not every single enemy you fight is a 400+ hour sweat like myself. This is also a major reason why I don't play Rainbow Six that much, as I just don't want to put in my limited free time to try and learn all of the game's maps and characters, while I'm getting destroyed with my 1 life per round. And this is the same reason why I don't play Apex anymore. So for players who enjoy PvP more than PvE, Destiny 2 is poised to be the more enticing game for players' time. Nevertheless, I still think Borderlands 3 is going to come out on top in the end, due to it being such a long-awaited release. I'm sure both games, when looking at total sales, are going to do well, with Borderlands 3 making more of a financial wave. But still, the closeness of the release dates for these two games does nothing but hamper one another. And I really wish Bungie had chosen to release the expansion in August, where the fight for players' time and money would be unmatched and could potentially have a clean sweep. Alright guys, well that's all for my views and opinions on this rather large and unnecessary blunder in Bungie's decision making. But I want to know what you all think as well. Which game are you going to be picking up first come September, or are you going to get them both? And do you agree or disagree with me on the release date issue? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you like this video and you want to see more like it, be sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you all on the next Shepherd Gaming video. Kila Salai.